3, 4. I'm not gonna lie, editing videos, that's hard work, but you get better at it. The best tip I can give is to learn to take shortcuts. 40, done, that's it.
Hello and welcome to the next video. We are finally at the point in time where we can edit the video that I recorded. After so many attempts, I am finally happy enough with the sound. At least there is no crackling and noise in the sound, so I'm ready to go to the next phase and start editing. I'm going to use Davinci Resolve for this. I previously used Camtasia for everything that I recorded, and I was very happy with Camtasia. But especially in the sound department, I find Camtasia to be quite limited, and also Camtasia costs a lot of money. So I was happy that I found Davinci Resolve by YouTubing. There are a lot of people that use Davinci Resolve on YouTube, and therefore you will find so many good tutorials out there. Really well professional tutorials. But be warned, Davinci Resolve is kind of an advanced video editor. So the good news is once you have learned it, you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. The bad news is it takes a bit of time to get used to where everything is. But I have to underline that you can use the process that I'm doing next with any video that you have recorded. You could use this with a PowerPoint presentation that you have recorded, with only a video that you have recorded with your cell phone. Anything goes. So OBS Studio is quite disconnected from Davinci Resolve. In order to download Davinci Resolve, you go to blackmagicdesign.com. You have to register, but it is still free, and I haven't gotten a lot of spam yet. So you just download it, you install it. That takes a bit of time because it's quite a big package, but once that is ready, you've started, we'll pick up from there. Once Davinci Resolve has started, it will look like this. You just double click on an untitled project and that will start a new project for you. I know it looks daunting with all the darkness and all the buttons you can press, but do not be afraid. Here at the bottom, you'll see a path of tabs. It starts with media, then editing, then some other fancy colors, and then audio, and then we export it. That's basically the path that we are going to run through too. We start with the media part and we get the media files that we just recorded. When you press the media tab, you'll see some kind of file browser that you can use here. I've already marked my folder where I know that OBS stores its files as favorite. And if I go in here, I will find my two recordings. Those would be these two. As a matter of fact, I actually messed up the end of the recording, so I had to record the ending one more time. So I'll grab both of these two, and it will ask you whether or not you want to change the frame rate. I recorded these at 50 frames per second, and I want to keep that, so I'll say change. Now I have both of these videos lined up in my media pool. One thing that I recommend is to select both of them, right click, and then I'll select generate optimized media. And this will create a alternative file to these that is of a lower resolution and more effective to use. And that is the file that's going to be used while I'm doing the editing. But when you do the exporting later, like when you generate the actual movie, it will use the high quality files instead. So that is simply a way for Resolve to make the editing a little bit more easy for you. This takes a minute or two, depending on how powerful your computer is, so you might as well go get the second cup of coffee. When you're done generating the optimized media, you are ready to start the editing. You can go in this tab here and add the videos one by one. This one right here, that would be the very first video. So I'm going to grab that down here towards the end. That's fine. And then I'm going to add the other one. But you know what? I'm not too familiar with actually this pane. I like this one a little bit better. So I'm going to do that. And this here, that is the ending, right? So I'm going to add that at the end. So what I need to do next is cut them. I see here that the audio is quite low, and I usually use the audio footprint as an indicator to know when I should cut or not. So I want to make that slightly more visible. So I'll right click and I'll select normalize audio levels. This will make the highs appropriately high and the lows appropriately low. If I press the space bar, I will start playing the video. Hi, someone. This is me messing up the beginning. And believe me, you'll do that a lot of time. But you just have to get used to taking a long breath, wait, so that you can cut it away, and then you'll do it again. If I look at the waveform that I have here, let me zoom in just a little bit more. You can see here that at the waveforms, I kind of know when I start. That must be at this point right here. Let's try. Hei og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår ukeoppgavene for uke 11. Her skal vi snakke om nettverk. You see, that was the one. So I'll just go back here, and now I want to cut it. I want to cut not only the audio, but also the video. Now, the most important shortcut that you have to learn is Control B. Control B will cut both of all of the video, all of the inputs that you have at this point, and you see it kind of just makes a slice. And then I just select this one and I press Control Shift X, and that will create something that is called Ripple Delete. And what Ripple Delete does, as opposed to just normal Control X, where we'll just cut something, Ripple Delete will not only cut it away, but move all the other stuff towards or to fill the gap that's now been vacated. So once you make cuts in the middle, it is easier to just move the rest of the video up to the place where you cut. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to look for the place where I am transitioning from one scene to the next. That would be here. So you can see I'm probably introducing it right here. So I'll split that right here. That would be Control B. And then I want to start again where the actual movie starts. So that would be, this is a good place, Control B. And Control Shift X. So we'll see how that looks. Se på den hovedarkitekturen først. Dere husker sikkert dette store bildet her fra tidligere. Her ser dere alle de tre sånn. There you go. And the next thing I need to do is move along to the next place. So this is a nice example of where there is simply just a vacancy. And if you have enough of these, it actually drags your video out. So I typically want to cut them out, but I just have to be careful because if I cut too many of these, my voice will get very fast and it will just be a barrage of information. Sometimes a pause is nice, but oftentimes a pause is unnecessary and I can cut it. So I do Control B here, I go to the Control B here, and I'll remove it like here. If I listen to it again, it will probably sound like there was never a break there to begin with. So dit har vi kommet. You see, what I need to do now is go through the entire video and trim them, and then we'll look at some of the transitions and some of the other effects that I can do in addition. Okay, I am done with editing. I just went through the entire video and I cut away all the pauses that I think I could get away with, and in the end I ended up with a slightly shorter video. I also made sure that the extra clip, the one where I recorded the alternative ending, if you will, that is now added and you can't really tell the difference. What I want to do next is add an image as the front page and perhaps even some intro music. I have created a thumbnail image that I can use both in the stream platform where I'm going to upload this. You could use that in YouTube as well if you want, but I also want it embedded here in the video. And what that means that when you start playing the video, it will actually continue to show that front page as kind of a title, and I will then transition into this video. So it is during that phase that I might play some music that I would then phase out. I need to go back to the media pool and get the image. Let's go back here and I go down to the part where I need to find the image. That would be the one. So this is the one that I created. I drag that down here and then I go back to the edit tab and I press media pool here. Now I can see it over there. So what I want is I take everything else right here and I just move that a bit to the side. All right, make way. And then I add this video here at the beginning. Where is it? There. Let me zoom in a little bit. So the normal length of these videos these images would be just about 5 seconds. If I want this to last longer, I could just press here and I could drag it out. Let's say that I will let this run for 10 seconds, just about. All right, 10 seconds. Let me go get the files back here. And then I move them right into place. So they snap into place right here. So if I start from the beginning, it will look like this. 10 very, very quiet seconds until the video actually starts. So you can say that was maybe a bit too long of a wait. So I think I might cut this a little bit. I'll zoom in. Let's cut it at 5. 5 seconds should be more than enough. There we go. I'll cut that. I'll take this one out. Control-Shift-X. And now you can see that the rest of the video is just jumping into place. So this would then start here. I'll press play and then say 1, 2. This works out nice. I noticed just a moment ago that I forgot to connect the audio back in. There we go, now you can enjoy the same thing. Let's try it again. I mean, there's nothing here, but then the audio starts. Hei, og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår uken. I'm not too happy with the audio, let's be honest. I think it's a bit of the room and the quality of the microphone and so on. However, I think that I sound a little bit canny, as in it sounds like I'm speaking through a can. I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that later. I'm just going to add a bit of music first. So to get the file, I go over to the media part again, and my media pool, I go to my favorite folder, and I should find the MP3 right here. That would be an MP3 that I downloaded from SoundCloud that gives me a lot of royalty-free music. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is the best song for it, but it is a song and it will work well enough for us. All right, I'll go back here and I should have the media song right there. I'm now going to add that to be alongside this one. I'll add it in here and I'll put that at the front there. Now this is way too long as opposed to the rest of the video. If I would render this now, then I would have the file being this long, but I could just go in here and I'm going to drag that shorter. Let's say I'll drag it over here so that it blends into my voice, in fact. And let's see how that works out. The music seems to be quite a lot louder than my own voice, so that will probably deafen my voice. Let's see how that works. See, that's pretty cool, but I need to lower the volume, and that's pretty easy. I'll just drag this one a little bit down. Also, it seems to be that the music is maybe a little bit too long. I'm going to stop it about here, and then I can fade it. And in order to fade it, it has these very neat white boxes. You can see several of them have that. And if you do that for an image, then that would actually be a transition, or actually fading it over from, let's say, black. So let's say if I wanted a slight fading from darkness here, and then I want to move the audio, and I can just drag that one like this here, so that the moment I talk, actually the audio starts to go lower like this. So I have adjusted the color here. There will still be quite a visible split from one to the other, but here the audio will decline. Let's see how that works. Hei, og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår ukeoppgavene for uke 11. That worked out well, except the audio is maybe still a little bit loud. I'll have it like this, and I'll spend even more time. And you can adjust this one if you want the drop to be, let's see, even faster. So you can adjust the curve that little bit. Let's try that again. Hei, og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår ukeoppgavene for uke 11. So that was a lot better. I think it's time to address the audio issue now. I want to try to improve the sound of my voice a little bit. I think there are some hints of some particular vocals or some particular sounds that are distorting a little bit, and let's see what we can do here. What I want to do first is glue together all those pieces here so that when I do the editing next, then I don't really have to go in and change each of these small audio files that I just have made. So I want to create one compound clip from these. First though, I need to unlink audio and video. And I do that by selecting all the files, the images, so the video and the audio. I right click and I press link files, or this would have a check mark, and then I would just press again so that it would unlink them. And what that does is it frees up this audio from the video. And this is also what I could use if, let's say that the audio is slightly out of sync with the images, that I could just move the audio just a little bit to be just in line. I might play more around with the images, but for the sound editing, I just want them to be the same. So I'm now only going to select the audio. Now I'm going to select new compound clip. Let's just call that main audio, but I don't have to call it anything specific. Now this creates one long audio clip. So when I do the audio editing, that will be the same for all of them. In order to do the audio editing, I go over here to their Fairlight tab, and this is the audio that I want to edit. This right here is the music. So it is basically the same thing that I've been looking at here, except only the audio. You can tell here. That's the intro, fades out, and then my voice starts. Hei, og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår uka. Alright, now the best thing that you can do with this is to add some compression, and then we're going to do some very fancy, elaborate equalizer stuff, which I really like. The first thing we do is add the compressor, is just go to Effects, just have to pay attention that's A1, that is the audio that we want to edit, and then we go to Dynamics and Multiband Compressor. There you go. I will just leave that enabled. You can also twitch around with this one if you want to, but that will have slightly effect on the audio. We can just try to listen to it while I enable it and disable it. For uke 11. Her skal vi snakke om nettverkslagring. Jeg har allerede lagt ut ukeoppgavene, men denne videoen her The next is to go and search for annoying sounds. And you can see here the equalizer tab. If I double click on that, it will open up an equalizer. And this one enables us to fine-tune some frequency areas that we want to enhance or suppress. And the trick of doing that is, let's say we'll use band 4 here, this one. So we'll have 6 bands in total, and I'll use these particular bands just to search for points that I want to suppress or enhance. I'll start by having it like this. Let's find the Q factor. I will max out, so you can tell that it gets a very sharp curve, as sharp as I can make it, like this. And I'll have it a maximum gain right now, so this will have the maximum volume. And I'm now going to start playing the clip, and while I'm playing it, I'm going to start searching with this wave to see if I find some places that sound really off. And when I do, I'm just going to reduce the gain instead. Let's see how that works. Som en gjennomgang av oppgavene. Og for å gi deg en liten oversikt over hvor du er på vei hen når du har gjort disse oppgavene, og et par ting som er nyttig å være på vakt for. Jeg tenkte vi skulle begynne med å se på den store arkitekturen som vi planlegger å bygge, den vi er på vei hen mot, før vi snakker om nøyaktig hvor vi er nå. Så la oss se på den hovedarkitekturen først. So you can tell at this point there's a little bit of echo or can sound. So I'm going to leave that here, that's frequency 331, but I'm just going to reverse it right here. Let's see how that sounds now. Dere husker sikkert dette store bildet her fra tidligere. Her ser dere alle de 3 serverne som vi har satt opp som en Docker Swarm, og forrige uke så satt vi. Nice. Then I'm going to do the same thing with number 3. Again, I'm going to increase the Q factor. I'm going to maximize the gain, and then I'm going to start searching. CockroachDB på hver av dem, og den fungerer nå som en databaseklynge, og det er supert. Men nå vil vi også ha et delt filsystem, og det trenger vi spesielt til bildene som skal lagres, og må være tilgjengelig på alle serverne. Så vi må installere GlusterFS på alle 3, det er den røde boksen her. Og GlusterFS, here's well, it's not set now, but I think that what I'll do instead is I'll increase the Q factor of band number 4. I'll make that simply wider, and I'll let that cover a bigger area, like this. So I'll let that one handle all the noise that was particularly in this area, and I'll keep searching with number 3. Akkurat som CockroachDB kommer også til å lage en sånn klynge seg imellom, men Til forskjell fra databasen, så kommer faktisk serverne til å være klienter av sin egen tjeneste. Og det gjøres nemlig ved hjelp av mount-kommandoen, faktisk, hvor serverne mounter opp mappene, eller volumene som vi har laget. There seems to be some distortion here as well, so that is something that I am going to reduce in addition. Like here. Maybe this one is a bit too coarse. Let's see if I can get away with having it slightly shorter. Let's see how I'm sounding now. I GløsterFS, slik at de dukker opp som helt vanlige mapper inne i filsystemet på serverne. Og det er de mappene som kan bli delt igjen som volumer i Docker. Sounds better. I'm also going to cut away the tops and the bottoms. Don't really need those. Denne gangen opp mot bookface-containerne, slik at de har tilgang til alle bildene. Og det betyr at vi er omtrent her på tegningen vår. Dere husker denne tegningen som vi lagde sist? There's a slight more delay that I'm going to edit, but I'm going to cut away that bit now so you don't have to suffer through all of it. There. So I identified this one as well, which had some kind of reverb or echoing effect that distorted a bit of the sound, but I'm a lot more happy with the sound right now. I think it's more pleasant to listen to, and I think I would call it done with editing the sound. There are other things that you can do as well, though. You can also add a noise gate, which would automatically cut away any background noise, but I already did that on VoiceMeeter Banana, if you can remember, so I don't have to do that here. But if you're not recording with VoiceMeeter Banana, let's say because you used a PowerPoint recording or anything else, then you can do the same type of post-processing with the sound here as well. So even if your recording initially isn't that good, it can still become good here. So let's have a slight look at the finished result. We don't have to watch the entire video because that is about 6 minutes 23 seconds, but that's nice. I think my original recording was about 8 minutes of cutaway seconds here and there. All right, let's just see it from the beginning and see how we like it. Hei og velkommen til den videoen hvor vi gjennomgår ukeoppgavene for uke 11. Her skal vi snakke om nettverkslagring. Jeg har allerede lagt ut ukeoppgavene, men... Alright, the beginning is pretty nice. Let's see if we can add any particular transitions between the scene changes. So the first scene change, that would be here, between these two. And there are several effects that I can choose from here. I would look at the effects library, and if you can't see it, you just have to press here. Let's say I can remove the media pool, and if I remove that one as well, I would only see the only thing. But here, the effects library, that offers us several effects, and we are looking for video transitions, and there are several options here. Sometimes you want something fancy, but I think it would be nice just to have a cross dissolve between the two. And that means that the one, I think, dissolves into the other. So I'll just add that here. And by dragging the box smaller or bigger, I can adjust the size or the length of the actual effect. You can see how that looks now. Dere husker sikkert dette store bildet her. I'll shorten that just a little bit first. Dere husker sikkert dette store bildet. That's better. And perhaps we should add a fade out at the end. For studentene. Og så finner man vanligvis ut av det. Lykke til, og så snakkes vi på Discord. There. Alright, that's the entire video. I am now done editing. Just important to remember to save. And we are now ready to export it. In order to export the video, we go to the Deliver tab. You have several choices in how you want to export it, under what quality and so on. And you can use custom if you know exactly the properties that you are interested in. You can press YouTube, that would give you kind of a 1080p format. That is mostly useful if you also record it in 1080p. Then you choose where you want to save the file and at what name. And then I am ready to export it. And then I press Add to Render Queue. This will ask me where I want to save it. I'm happy with this place right here. And now you see, once it's ready, it just sits here as a render job. So it's not really rendering at this moment. I still have to press Start Render, and that will then start making the actual video. Again, if you've drunk up all the coffee, this is when you go get a new coffee cup. Once the rendering is done, you should find the movie in the folder where you decided to export it to. I found it right here. It is ready. It turned out to be about 300 megabytes of size. That's not unsurprising. considering the size of the movie. Let's have a look at it. This is the end of this video, so I'm just going to start the video that I created so that you, if you want to, can see it completely from start to finish. If you're not interested, then I don't blame you, but at least now you can see it if you're interested. But you can then jump to the next video if you feel ready. Hei og velkommen til denne videoen hvor vi gjennomgår ukeoppgavene for uke 11. Her skal vi snakke om nettverkslagring. Jeg har allerede lagt ut ukeoppgavene, men denne videoen her er ment som en gjennomgang av oppgavene, og for å gi deg en liten oversikt over hvor du er på vei hen når du har gjort disse oppgavene, og et par ting som er nyttig å være på vakt for. Jeg tenkte vi skulle begynne med å se på den store arkitekturen som vi planlegger å bygge, den vi er på vei hen mot, før vi snakker om nøyaktig hvor vi er nå. Så la oss se på den hovedarkitekturen først. Dere husker sikkert dette store bildet her fra tidligere. Her ser dere alle de 3 serverne som vi har satt opp som en Docker Swarm, og forrige uke så satte vi opp CockroachDB på hver av dem, og den fungerer nå som en databaseklinge, og det er supert. Men nå vil vi også ha et delt filsystem, og det trenger vi spesielt til bildene som skal lagres, og må være tilgjengelig på alle serverne. Så vi må installere GlusterFS på alle 3, det er den røde boksen her. Og GlusterFS, akkurat som CockroachDB, kommer også til å lage en sånn klinge seg imellom. Men til forskjell fra databasen, så kommer faktisk serverne til å være klienter av sin egen tjeneste. Og det gjøres nemlig ved hjelp av mount-kommandoen faktisk, hvor serverne mounter opp mappene, eller volumene som vi har laget i GlusterFS, slik at de dukker opp som helt vanlige mapper inne i filsystemet på serverne. Og det er de mappene som kommer til å bli delt igjen som volumer i Docker denne gangen, opp mot Bookface-containerne, slik at de har tilgang til alle bildene. Og det betyr at vi er omtrent her på tegningen vår. Dere husker denne tegningen som vi lagde sist? Da tegnet vi opp GlusterFS, og så tegnet jeg altså, dette var CockroachDB, og så tegnet jeg også opp GlusterFS i tillegg. Så dit har vi kommet. Det å kjøre containere på toppen her, det kommer etter at vi er ferdig med det. Igjen så har jeg tegnet opp de 2 mappene som jeg tenkte vi skulle mante opp. Jeg foreslår nemlig 2 volumer og ikke bare 1. Det her bruker vi til bildene, BF Images, og denne her tenkte jeg vi kan bruke til skript og andre ting som må være tilgjengelig felles på alle 3 serverne. Det er ganske robust med GlusterFS med tanke på at hvis en av de serverne rebooter, så kommer GlusterFS-tjenesten til å komme opp igjen. Men den mountingen her, den er det ikke noe automatikk i. Så hvis du mounter mappene sånn at de er tilgjengelige på serveren, og så rebooter serveren, så kommer ikke de mappene til å være der. Det er et problem, fordi hvis Docker starter nå, så betyr det at du kommer til å starte containere uten at containere har de mappene de leter etter, og det kommer ikke engang til å stoppe containerne, og da får du masse vås, og det vil vi ikke ha. Så vi må finne på en eller annen lur måte som gjør at for det første holder vi igjen Docker, sånn at den ikke starter, og så venter vi til vi har mountet, og vi er sikre på at vi har mountet. Deretter så starter vi Docker, og da kommer de andre containerne automatisk til å rulle inn på serveren, og vi trenger ikke tenke noe mer på det. La oss se litt på ukeoppgavene, så ser dere litt hvordan jeg har organisert arbeidet. Ukeoppgavene er delt inn i 5 trinn. Jeg har skrevet hvorvidt dere skal gjøre dette trinnet på alle 3 serverne, eller om dere må gjøre trinn på kun 1 av serverne. Så det å installere GlusterFS programvaren, det å lage mappene, både til bricks og til det som skal være mount point, altså der hvor vi senere kommer til å finne informasjonen, det må gjøres på alle 3 serverne. Det å legge serverne til i en klynge, det gjøres bare fra en av dem, og legg merke til i forhold til CockroachDB. Der er det nemlig slik at i CockroachDB så må de andre melde seg inn, men her så er det faktisk slik at den mesteren bare kan si at du er med og du er med, og så plutselig er det en klynge. Det er jo ikke sikkert i det hele tatt. Men jeg tenker vel at man regner med, hvis du allerede har kontroll og hacket deg inn så dypt i infrastrukturen, ja, altså i GlusterFS oppsett ikke det du er mest bekymret for. Og denne kommandoen her, så skal vi lage volumene, og dere ser, vi har 2 kommandoer per volum. Dette her er det største, og det er også her ofte man har skrivefeil, fordi at man roter det til med IP-adressene. Så dere skal selvfølgelig bytte ut IP-adressene her, og så kan det være at hvis man bommer litt på mappenavnene, at det kan bli litt krøll. Da er det best å bare fjerne volumet igjen, faktisk fjerne mappene, lage mappene og prøve på nytt. Du trenger ikke reinstallere tjenesten. Men volumene, selv om de blir laget, så blir de ikke startet, eller de er ikke da tilgjengelige, og det må du gjøre her. Og så gjør vi tilsvarende for det andre volumet, nemlig det som heter bf-config. Og så var det det å ta dette i bruk, og det gjøres ved hjelp av mount-kommandoen. Og dette her er det som forteller operativsystemet at det skal bruke GlusterFS-klienten til å mounte informasjonen. Og dere kan kanskje spørre dere hvorfor vi bare nevner en av serverne. Hva skjer da hvis server 1 går ned og vi har mountet? Faktisk så får klienten nå også informasjon om de øvrige serverne i tillegg. Og det betyr at hvis server 1 går ned, selv om det var server 1 vi brukte, hvis den går ned, så klarer faktisk klienten fortsatt å snakke med de øvrige serverne. Så det trenger vi ikke være redd for. Helt til slutt så er det den biten med at vi må passe på at Docker ikke starter automatisk, at vi sjekker om vi klarer å mounte først. Det kan jo være noe galt med Gluster, og hvis vi ikke klarer å mounte, nei, da starter vi heller ikke noe containere. Så trinn 1 er jo da å se at for det første Docker ikke starter automatisk til å begynne med. Deretter så kan du lage deg et lite skript som for eksempel prøver å mounte, og hvis mounten var suksessfull, du kan jo bruke en if-test til det for eksempel, så starter du Docker-tjenesten, og resten skjer av seg selv. Som dere ser så var det altså 5 trinn man måtte gjøre, og deretter kan man jobbe litt med å prøve å få dette til å bli robust hvis en server restarter. Det viktigste å passe på er at du har kontroll på IP-adressene og de forskjellige mappenavnene, og så går det vanligvis greit. Hvis du har fått hele oppsettet ferdig, altså trinn 1 til 5, og det funker, så er det en god sjanse for at du får dette til å bli robust. Så GlusterFS er vanligvis en ganske hyggelig tjeneste å jobbe med. Så det handler litt om din skripting og så videre for å se at dette går bra, men det finnes veldig mange måter å løse det på. Og hvis du er usikker, så må du bare ta kontakt med oss på Discord, meg eller studentassistentene eller de andre studentene, og så finner man vanligvis ut av det. Lykke til, og så snakkes vi på Discord.